what I'm going to do every day, I have some recorded, but I'm going to record a new lesson, so if you are at home, you have this information. So if you don't want to be picked up on the recorder, you probably shouldn't make noise. I will have time for you to ask questions when I have the recording turned off. Some people don't mind asking questions with the recording on. Just know that I'm recording. Okay, every day I'm going to put this, and this number corresponds with your textbook. So if you don't like how I teach something, you can always go to this section of the textbook, and there are some videos on how to do certain problems. I will tell you, in the algebra textbook, they get really difficult really quick, and a lot of times I space things out. So the textbook might have 2 problems on a subject, I might have a whole worksheet. And just because the goal is to go a little slower than what the textbook does. I'm also going to write, and hopefully spell correctly, I'm going to write something for a title. And again, hopefully spell something correctly. And I am not doing a very good job writing. It's been a second since I've written anything. And this title, Simplify Algebraic Expressions. Simplify algebraic expression. I might have been able to do it in a little better grammar here, but I'm trying to use keywords. Simplify algebraic expression. These keywords are something you can type into Google or type into YouTube, and you will get unlimited versions of it. It's almost overwhelming, but you can see all kinds of teachers doing this. You can see videos. You can see fun things. But that's why I give you the title. It corresponds to the book, but it also corresponds to Google. So it's Googleable. If that is how you say that, probably not. All right, so that's what we are going to do. And so we're going to do several different things. And so I'm going to write some words. The nice thing about algebra is we don't have a lot of definitions, but we do have some. So, like terms, that's the first thing we're going to do, is we're going to deal with like terms. And let's see if you remember, and this hopefully turns out better on the YouTube. My screen here is not high def, but I record in 1080, and so it should look better on the YouTube. So like terms, so I'll give you an example of like terms. 2x and 5x, those are like terms. Okay, what a like term is it has the same variable. Okay, and I just said that. This is also an alike term. Those are like terms. They don't have a variable, but they don't have a variable together. These are called constant terms, if you remember. They're also like terms. And so what we're going to first do in our simplification process is we're going to combine like terms. That's all we're going to do, combine like terms. And so let's see if we remember how to combine these like terms. That's just adding, right? Do we remember how to add integers? We might practice that a little bit, but again, we're going to use calculators. The main thing you need to know is the principle. Does this just mean 10 minus 6? Is 10 plus negative 6 the same thing as 10 minus 6? Okay. Here's how I always like to look at this. I like to look at this as like a sport. You got 2 teams. You got the positives, yay. You got the negatives, boo. Okay, how many points do positives have? They got 10 here. How many points do the negatives have? They got 6, right? Who wins? Who's going to win the game? 10 points or 6 points? The 10 points is going to win, right? By how many points did they win by? They win by 4 points. So it's 10 minus 6 is 4. I know that that's an easier thing to do, but that's how I like to think about it, just to kind of get your brains in shape. All right, but that's not really algebra. You did that forever. I'd rather do this. I'd rather do a problem like this. And this is probably where I'm going to leave you with it today. 5x minus 7 plus 2x minus, let's do just plus 4. Sure. All right. So one thing you do need to remember about terms are separated by a plus or a minus sign. They are not separated by parentheses. They are not separated by multiplication or division. They're not separated by fraction bars or anything like that. They're separated by by addition or subtraction. So when I look at this, I have a term here. I have a term here. And basically, I have a term here and a term here. Okay? And the like terms are going to have the same variable. So 5x and 2x are alike. And when I say combined in math, I basically mean add. Combined is a fancy way to say add. So combined means add. And so I'm just going to add 5x and 2x. 5 plus 2 is, and they're all x's. Okay? Negative 7 plus 4 is, who wins? The negatives or the positives? By 3. So I could write this, or I could write this. Guess which way I want you to write it? That shouldn't be a 7. You said 3, right? Which way do I want you to write it? I want you to write it the way that you understand it the best. Because guess what? I understand both. Okay? So if you're more comfortable writing like this, do it. If you're more comfortable writing like this, do it. It's fine. Okay? Later on, and when we have specific goals we're doing, I might tell you which way I want you to write it. But for now, write it the way you're comfortable with it. Okay? So this is all we're going to get into today. Okay? So I'm going to shut this off.